So this is step 3 in the game of mortgages, and it's just submitting your documentation. I think sometimes people overthink this a little bit. Just submit what we asked for. Now, if there is a document that you think that we need, or it's something that maybe we asked for in our discovery call that's not listed here, there's actually an other doc link, and so you can just upload it in that other doc. But for the most part, from a documentation standpoint, the program that we have is actually compiling a list behind the scenes as you fill out the application in the previous steps. Just as a recap in the general documentation that we're going to typically need: 2 years of tax returns if you're self-employed. If you're an employee or a W-2 employee, we need the 2 years of tax returns as well as the corresponding W-2s. We need a month of pay stubs. So if you're paid once a month, we only need 1. If you're paid 4 every week, then we need 4 pay stubs. So we need a month of most recent pay stubs. We need 2 months of bank statements of all pages. So just remember this. We need all pages. If that 5th page is blank, but there's actually a 5th page, we're going to ask for it. I know it sounds crazy, but make sure you upload it. We only need 2 months of bank statements, and really these are really only for the assets that you're going to be using for the down payment and cash to close to purchase. We will ask for a photo ID, but it's not super important because we can get that later. If you have any questions on documentation, please reach out. We're here to help. Final thing I'd like to add in here is don't worry about submitting something that maybe we shouldn't see. My job is to filter through all the documentation and then provide to the lender only the pertinent information on getting you pre-approved. So uploading something that you're worried about is not going to negatively impact your ability to get qualified in this step. So just give us everything that we're asking for. My job is to go through it all, or your lender's job is to go through it all, filter it all, and make sure that we have the proper documentation. Here's the interesting thing. What we're trying to do is not create an environment where we get into now we need this, now we need that. But with documentation, sometimes you submitted something that presents another question, and we didn't know about it until you gave us the docs. So just be prepared for maybe some additional questions when you get us the docs. A good lender is going to try to prevent that, but sometimes it does come up, and that's maybe a friction point where people get a little frustrated. It's like, man, you keep on asking for stuff. And it's like, well, you keep on submitting stuff that makes me ask for something different. So just know that we are going to go through all of your documents. Like on your bank statements, we literally go through every single line item in terms of the money going out. Because when we're pulling your credit, we're looking for the regular obligations that you pay in your debt to income. But on your bank statement, there may be some things that are reoccurring that we see that are not listed on your credit report that we may have to ask questions about. So just be patient with us or your lender in that process, especially as it relates to bank statements. If you are commission-based, if you're commission-based, if you're overtime-based or bonus-based, something that will really help us is a year-end pay stub. So most of your year-end pay stubs as a W-2 employee will actually break that information down, and that actually is kind of like a bonus step. It's extra credit for us, and it makes it a little bit easier for us to calculate the income when your income's a bit variable. The next step in game of mortgages is going to be pre-approval details. So this is actually, we've gone through all your documents, and we're now going to have a conversation about what you qualify for or what we need to do to get you qualified. So check out the video over here.